Welcome to Live in the Markets with Trader Nick. In this show, Nick will cover the latest market trends, whether they're rising or falling. Stick around to hear about trade ideas, latest news, and much more. Remember that trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Today's stream is made possible by our partners and sponsors. If you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join, consider checking out the links in the description below. By using these links, you'll get access to great products and be supporting the channel. And now, it's time for Live in the Markets with Trader Nick.
3, 2, 1.
My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders. These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line. This is going to be a live trading video. Here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade. Wow, I'd love to get in on this. Technical insights that really look good to me. There we go. We're live. Guys, good morning and welcome back to another live stream. Man, I've been live streaming a lot lately. I actually, of course, we do our regularly scheduled show, but I've also got, I did the trading battle last night, which if you guys aren't familiar with the trading battle, definitely check them out on YouTube. They do an awesome little, well, not even little, they have an awesome following. It's a show where they, basically they pin up traders against one another and, it's sort of like the best trader wins kind of thing. Everybody places trades, and then whoever can generate the most profit, the profits go to charity. So I was on that last night. So I streamed twice yesterday, and it went late last night. So then I'm back in here this morning. So it's been a busy, I feel like I'm a Twitch streamer at this point, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm doing the trading stuff anyways. So it's very easy for me to just continue to talk about it and pay attention to what's going on through the live streams as well. So good morning to everybody who's here. I appreciate you being here. We've got people in the chat ready for the event. Of course, today's event is NFP. It comes once a month. And for the newer traders out there, I just want to warn you, be careful today. This volatility can be very intense and it can blow accounts. So I don't want you guys to do that. I would rather you stick around here. We got about 30 minutes before the actual spike occurs. And we'll have some conversations about charts that I'm watching, some of the trades that I'm in myself, and we'll see if we can potentially make some money. So good morning to everybody in the chat. What's up, Africa Politics, Truth Drum, Prophet, Adjuel, Hasib, good to see you. 980 Levels, Cleva, Jobel. Thank you guys, everybody who's in the chat. Good morning, good afternoon. All right, let's jump into some stuff. I'll probably come back to this. This is a trade that I'm currently in. My Euro New Zealand trade continues to stay alive, which is awesome. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna come back to this in trail stops in just a moment. That's something we got to do. We did, in fact, get a lower high here, which is my signal to go ahead and trail stops further, especially before a news event. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and trail stops on my Euro NZD trade. Let me do that before I forget to do so. Okay, so we're going to lock in. We are currently floating about $2,400, $2,500 of profit, which is fantastic on the trade. And we're going to go ahead and modify this position, just trail it in. And the thought process behind this, you guys can see this little orange line. It makes it a little easier to see where my stop loss is. This stop loss is now locked into place. We have officially put in a lower high, confirming that, this market is still bearish and looking good. So I want to hold on to the trade, but I'm going to go ahead and secure more profits on the trade. So at this point, the trade cannot lose money. In the worst case scenario, we're going to close out around $1,700 of profit, which is a really good spot to be in. And we'll take that. So what I'm going to do here is, just before I forget to do so, let me get this alerted to members inside of the Discord channel. Bear with me here as I just update them on that. We'll pull up the Discord. There we go. Give me a second just to trail stops on my second account. I use a MT4 to track my trading. It's a little bit easier than TradingView because I wrote a script where I can basically copy and paste stuff from my MT4 right into the Discord. Makes it very easy. So we are locking in stops around 1.6551, 1.6551. There we go. We're going to lock that in, and let me just get that alerted to members. And then we'll take a look at some charts. Goal here today is to step through things like gold and the dollar and things like that before the actual event. And then we're going to talk about setups that might be there before and after the event. So let's take a look at this. So let me just update this. For those of you who are inside of the Discord, let me just take a screenshot for you just so we have it. So we're going to take this screenshot. There we go. Take that screenshot. Put it in the Discord. And we should be good. All right. I'll just write a little blip about it. Let me close some things. I got so many things open right now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and trail stops here on Euro NZD. Trailing stops further here behind this fresh lower high before NFP release. All right. For those of you who are already in the Discord, check this out. Just head over to Nick's Trades inside of the Discord channel. I just updated my position there, floating 360 pips in profit and just locked in 258 on a trailing stop loss. Before the news event, I just wanted to sort of take inventory there. Hey, Yudi, thank you very much for the 50 Singapore dollars. Says, hey, Nick, how are you, man? Let's do gold and AUD USD. You got it, my friend. Thank you for the stream donation. It means a lot. I know, of course, you guys don't ever have to donate, but it does mean a lot. And when you do that, I will take a look at charts that you request. So we'll take a look at gold. And then up next after that, I'm happy to take a look at AUD USD prior to the news. We're going to stick to dollar pairs as we go into this. And here's my thought on gold. So I actually think that, gold has room. It has room to continue expanding higher. And part of the reason for that is that everything that we've been seeing lately, the latest reporting is lower than expected inflation, less serious or a soft tone from Jerome Powell regarding further interest rates. And both of those things lean towards more expansive room for the gold market. And so when we look at gold today and we say, hey, this thing is shooting to the upside, many new traders are going to ask, Nick, is it time for this thing to crash? And let me go ahead and say this. The NFP news spike, if you're looking for me to be a fortune teller and tell you what's going to happen on the spike, you're in the wrong stream, because I don't think anybody actually knows that. Unless you're like, the one with the numbers. If you're like the Fed or something, what the numbers are going to be or something like that. That's a different story. We are not that. We are retail traders, and that's okay. Retail traders can still be profitable. So when we look at gold, right? I don't know which way it's going to go. However, I do think gold has continued room to the upside. So if we get a pullback, I would say that a move back to 1780 looks pretty attractive on the buy side. That's my opinion. And I'll back that up here why I think that from a technical perspective, that looks pretty optimistic for potential longs. So 1781.9 lines up very nicely with the 38.2% retracement. And if we actually look left, we also have a nice level of support from where we previously topped out on gold. So simple technical analysis here, right? Nothing crazy. We saw a big resistance come in here, which sent this market sideways. Big sellers were there, right? But on this green candle, we broke clean through that level. So drawing our fibs from the low to the high, it gives us these three levels. Nothing magic here. This is not the Holy Grail. I'm not trying to preach anything like that. Just similar, just simple concepts like that, right? So if price does decide to pull back to like the 38.2%, there might be something there to potentially pick it up on the long side. But until that happens, right? Until you get a pullback, there's nothing I can do up here. I'm not going to short it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait for a pullback. So that's pretty much all I have to say for gold. So what we'll do is we will watch going into this release if we can actually get some proper pullbacks. Now, if you're a day trader, there might be something we could zoom in on. So that was my swing trading bias, right? And we'll keep those levels marked. But now let's zoom in here for the day traders, for the shorter term traders. What are we looking at with gold? Well, you got two scenarios. And I think both could be pretty valid. What's up, Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate's in the chat. What color is your Bugatti? I've got three different ones, a pink, purple, and baby blue. I like those soft purple, red variation colors. And I'm planning on buying 17 more. Yeah, so, okay. So here's my thought process, right? So I told you guys my idea on the higher time frame, right? 4-hour chart, possible pullbacks. I like that on the long side. Now let's zoom in and we'll just talk about the day trading side of things. I am not super commonly a day trader, but I recognize oftentimes what day traders do look for, etc. So when we look at gold here on the 1-hour chart, we have pretty clear resistance up top here at 1800, 1805 actually. And we have support around 1796.5, let's call it. Yeah, around here, right? Where you can pretty clearly see lots of buyers, right? Very, very strong buying in this region. So if one of these levels breaks, it might actually be a very interesting scenario to possibly look for trades either direction for the day traders, right? This is, like I said, this is not really my realm, but I like to try and facilitate for the day traders out there as well. And watching this thing on the spike might be interesting for break and retest. Now, what I should add here is that what we tend to focus on for the NFP spikes each time I stream it is we talk about scenarios for post-spike trading. Many times traders will trade the actual spike, and I could go off on a tangent about why I think that's a very dangerous idea. Spreads are terrible. People will lose a lot of money doing that. It is not a safe strategy because you can't know your risk before, because spreads can go absolutely parabolic and you can lose more than your account. Regardless, what we tend to talk more about, what I think is the more intelligent way to approach an event like this, is to trade the post-release volatility, because it creates some excellent opportunities. So let's say we talk about the bearish case, like gold gets really bearish and we spike underneath this level of support. That's going to be a clear sign to sellers that we've now taken out the buy pressure that was in this area. And there could be an opportunity to look for retest sells and look for in a continuation move back down to what we talked about on the swing trading side of things, down to that 1780 mark. That gives you excellent risk to reward looking for that move. And then we can also reverse it and talk exactly on the other side of things, the bullish case. Let's say gold gets super red hot going into the release and we break clean through resistance, right? Then you get scenarios like this. You could break out, something like that. Of course, there is also the scenario that NFP is not very surprising and not very exciting, in which case you don't get much volatility at all. And that's something we kind of have to accept if you're trying to do break and retest kind of concepts. You have to accept that not every news event is going to create absolute volatility. So we're going to be prepared for all scenarios. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, I guess you're right. Not everyone has that leverage, but people who do trade with super high leverage brokers, you can actually, in fact, lose more than your initial account. And by the way, even with lower leverage brokers, it is still theoretically possible. Like the Euro Swiss franc crash that occurred in 2015. You can go research that. Even if you had low leverage, you lost more than your entire account. Even if you had a stop loss, doesn't matter. It's this is risky business. Whenever you're trading, you are risking money. This is why small positions are absolutely key. And if you don't already know that, then unfortunately the market will teach it to you over time. It's important. Indices will fall. Yeah, we could talk a little bit about the indices. We also promised we would do AUD USD, so I'm happy to take a look at that. Again, thank you very much, Yudi, for the 50 Singapore dollar donations. I appreciate that, friend. Let's take a look at AUD USD. Also a little bit choppy here prior to the news, and you're going to see this, guys. You're going to see a back and forth motion when it comes to AUD USD prior to a news event like this, because of course the market's trying to digest what it thinks is going to happen next, right? It doesn't know. The market is waiting for that next shot of volatility, if you will, through the jobs numbers that are coming out today. And the jobs numbers are important because, of course, the jobs numbers are going to help dictate what the Federal Reserve does, and what that decision is will impact heavily the dollar strength and the demand for the dollar, etc. Now, if you're looking at AUD USD, from a technical analysis perspective, we have a very strong breakout that just recently occurred, right? We shot all the way up to 68.45. This is a much needed rally on the AUD USD, as this thing has been trending to the downside for a very long time. And now starting to truly get some legs to the other direction, as the dollar has actually shown some proper weakness for the first time in a while. And, I think that trade is still fresh. It looks like, yes, it's a bit, stretched. So that's where we look for the pullback. But overall, I think the dollar just has room to continue down amidst the latest news reportings. If that continues to be the case, where you see these sort of better than expected numbers and things that will lead to some dollar weakness, I think Aussie dollar has plenty of room to the upside. And a simple concept here with the technicals. I like this thing on a pullback, probably, if nothing else, right? There's probably no sells up here for me. I'm not looking to sell that area. Maybe it does come down on the news, in which case I'll just look at that as an opportunity to potentially get long on the swing trading side of things. You guys have some great requests. We'll take a look at several of your requests. We just took a look at gold, and we probably will come back to it prior to the news event. But let's continue on. Of course, I will be keeping open a position that I have myself. You guys can see my trades. I say this often, and I think it's important to show real trades when it comes to being, an influencer in this space. You guys will always, if you tune into live streams during the news, I almost always have positions open during news, which is, man, it is super controversial. I didn't even realize it was so controversial. I'm a swing trader, so I'm not taking a trade right before the news and begging the market to go in my direction. But very often, I inevitably hold positions through news events. If you're a swing trader, what that means is you hold trades for days and days sometimes, and that inevitably runs in. It has a collision course with news events. If I closed positions before every news event, I would never be able to be a swing trader, because you'd be closing trades every day, right? So that's just day trading. So I'm a swing trader, so I'm holding this trade into the actual release, and we'll probably pull it up. Even though it's not like a dollar cross, I'll still pull it up because people love to watch that volatility on my actual, positions. And hey, maybe we'll stop out here for that profit today, or maybe we'll break through the lows. And for those of you guys who are in the VIP group, we'll be watching this. I shared an update. If you're just tuning into the live stream, go check Nick's trades section. We did put this out here this morning, or I put this out for everyone to look at on my trade there. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. It is in Nick's trades. Real quick, let me drop the link to the Discord. I don't have my my staff is not in the office just yet, so unfortunately they can't drop links for me. Let me grab a link for you guys that would like to join the free Discord. If you're not in the free Discord, I'm going to drop something in here for you. Give me a second. Clicking this link right now. Hopefully it shows up. There it is. Okay, click this link right here. If you would like to join the free Discord channel, we do have a free one and a paid version. The paid version gets you access to all the trade alerts and, some of the private stuff, the coaching webinars, the chat rooms and stuff like that. But there is a free one with tons of value as well. So click this link if you want access to the free Discord channel. Like I said, I'm a one-man show today. I don't have my staff in the office just yet. So just bear with me. What's up, Nate? Thank you for the hype. Nate's always hyping me in the chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. So we have got, you guys, we've got about 13 minutes before the news event. Let me know. Drop your comments in the chat. Which chart would you like me to look at next? I saw a couple of good requests, and I'm going to do several. I just want to see which ones you guys are feeling the most here this morning. As we get going into the news, I'll try and do some commentary for it. No roadies today. Yes, Nate, that is an accurate description. People, you guys would be surprised. So many times people comment and they don't realize like that there's a couple people behind the scenes here. I guess I don't show it. Like you can only see, I'm in an office building right now. You might not even know that. I'm not at my house. I'm at an office building. We have a studio office here in Atlanta because what we do on the back end, just for context, while you guys give me some pairs to look at, we build software tools for traders. You guys might already know this. If you're a regular on the stream, you know we built tools like the Edge Finder. We've built several tools and continue to plan more. So we have like a development team and our marketing and producers for the stream and content like that. We have a team here in the Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, then don't come see us. I'm just kidding. Well, you hit me up. We might actually do in-person meetups at some point. That would be really fun. Smash that like button. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate you. Okay, some good requests. We had a lot of USD JPY requests. Seems like you guys want to take a look at dollar yen, pound yen. That one we're probably going to skip because we're going to stick to dollar crosses. Pound dollar. Okay, let's do dollar yen and pound dollar here. And we'll come back to the Edge Finder, see if there's anything, by the way, too. That might be interesting. Let's do dollar yen first. So dollar yen, man, I I can't tell you guys how rare it is to see dollar yen so weak going into a release like this. Because for months, I mean, last night when I was on the trading battle, I was talking to Boris Schlossberg, I believe that's how you say his last name, from BK Forex. We were talking back and forth about he was saying that dollar yen is the new Bitcoin because you had this incredible, impossible uptrend that seems to really be cracking now. And there might be a lot of room to the downside on dollar yen. For a long time, I was buying and making money on this thing to the upside. But more recently, there's just been no chance that I'm touching this thing on the long side. In fact, if anything, it looks pretty short biased. And going into a news event like this, could it take out the lows? You know, believe it or not, yes. Many traders would think it's impossible for it to go lower. It's gone down so much. But yes, it is in fact possible for this thing to continue lower. Now, for me on dollar yen, like I said, as a swing trader, I can't really justify getting long or short down here. I have to wait for pullbacks. And that's been the nature of this entire week. I have my one trade open, but everything else is just off to the races without us today and the last couple days. So I'm waiting for pullbacks. So if we do see a little bit of a pullback here going into NFP, right? If we see that retracement start to occur, there might be an opportunity on the short side. So that would be that case scenario. Now let's take a quick look. If we narrow in for the day traders, the shorter term stuff, you might get a little bit of something intraday. But for me, like I said, I want to be short, if anything, but only at levels that make sense. Like we've had just this straight shot runaway. You probably have room for like an expansive move back up. Now, I wouldn't bet on this move, right? Because I think that's a tough play to make. But it would be the scenario in which case I could look to get short again at a deeper retracement. So I'll move on from that one, see if there's anything more pressing. Here's pound USD. So pound dollar here today. You can already see my chart markup from the last time I was looking at it. Actually, last night we were looking at this. Ideally, pound dollar on a retest to like 1.21. That would be where I'm most interested. And again, I sound like annoyed with myself because I want more trade setups, but this is trading 101, right? Sometimes you want more trade setups, but they're not there yet. And my approach as a swing trader is to look for deeper retracements on the 1 hour and 4 hour charts. And when I don't get those, I have to sit on my hands. So today, maybe we get those. Maybe we don't though. And maybe what we have to do is maybe for the day traders, pound dollar might actually have something here. Look at this. So here's your pound dollar positioning on the 1 hour chart. And we can mark up some support levels here. If you're a bear on pound dollar or a bull on pound dollar, you've got two really significant levels. And this might be more for the day traders. So like I said, swing trading, I'm looking for the bigger pullbacks. But take a look at this. If we get breakouts above the previous highs, there could be some opportunities to look for breaks, retests, and continuations on that. You flip that around and you say, well, if this thing breaks underneath, we could do that. And you might say, well, Nick, you're just saying it could go either ways. And that is exactly what I'm saying. On the news event itself, on the spike itself, it could go either ways. We don't know what that has in store for us. What I'm more interested in is the back test or the retest after a breakout like that. So for example, let's say we get scenario one and we break through the highs, looking for this little shallow retracement and then continuations could be a move that the day traders could take advantage of, right? So you're looking for a clear break and close above this previous high, a pullback into support and continuation. Or if you flip it around to the other side of things and you say, if this thing is able to break and close in scenario number two below support and then back test or retest into this area of what was support, now potentially resistance, you could look for trend continuation moves either direction. Does that make sense? Type yes in the chat if that makes sense on that. Thank you. I think we have someone in the office. Thank you very much. I'm going to guess that's either, well, it's got to be James or Chandler. That's only our two producers, but I'm going to guess it's James because I could be wrong, but I feel like James knows he was looking at the schedule earlier this week. But it could also be Chandler. I don't know. you'd be right. Nice. I guessed it. I guessed it. James does a lot of our, if you know the second channel, you guys probably have already seen James. If you watch A1 Trading, he does our daily news reports. He does a great job at those. And of course, he probably knew that NFP was coming. So I figured he might show up. Thank you, James. I appreciate you for being here. Shout out to James. All right. So, okay, cool. Thank you guys for the comments. Yes. In fact, yes, we do have a free and a paid version of the Discord. So take advantage of that. Click that link. Join the free Discord if you're not already in there. And again, this is my thought process on pound. This is our markup. This is our scenario for the day traders out there. Watch for breaks, watch for closes, and we'll see what we get. What's your thought on gold? I already took a look at gold. I'll pull it up before the news. We do, in fact, have 5 minutes to go here, guys, before the actual numbers come out. Let's take a quick look at what we're expecting here for the numbers. Of course, in terms of the news, let me just zoom in here a little bit so we can see this better on stream. So we are looking at jobs numbers. We are expecting 200,000 jobs. That's the forecast, okay? So real quick, just for clarity here, you've got, hey, James. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. James just checking in. He's letting me know I'm doing something. Hold on. Yeah. So anyways, like I said, 200,000 jobs, that's the expected to coming in. So if that comes out less than expected, that's going to probably be bearish for the dollar. It's going to probably actually be bullish for the stock market. It's a little bit tricky because right now that's a whole can of worms. We'll have to talk about that if that is the case scenario. So let me see. Yep. Let's do, you know what, James, let's do, if you can do 9, that'd be good with 9. If we could do 9 o'clock, that would work. Sorry, guys, we're doing a little planning for the show here today on the fly. It was probably my fault. We forgot well, actually, truthfully, I forgot that the NFP stream was going to happen today. We do the NFP stream an hour earlier than usual, so we have to like kind of adjust our planning, and I forgot that it was happening until yesterday. So that's on me. Anyways, yeah, so that's the game plan for pound dollar. Someone mentioned dollar CAD. Let's take a look. By the way, you guys, we only have a couple minutes here to go before the actual news. We have 3 minutes until the news event occurs. Let's take a quick look at dollar CAD prior to the event. Dollar CAD, man, has not been my favorite one to trade recently. I don't know. It just doesn't have, if anything, it does look slightly bullish, but it's kind of just super choppy as we speak. For the day traders, we'll take a quick look. You probably just have highs and lows as breakout points there. That one's a pretty quick one. Let's take a quick look at US 30 here prior to the news event. US 30, huge run up recently. Tagged support at the 50%. Did it hit the 50? Just barely missed it. Actually, wait, I'm getting my fibs perfect for this. Look at that. It just tapped that 50% retracement and then shot back up and now kind of going sideways before the news. That's kind of to be expected. Let's go ahead and prep our screens here, guys. We've got just under 2 minutes here before the actual release. So I'm going to set up my screens so that we can watch. Comment really quick. What would you like me to put up on the screen for you? And we can watch the reaction together. One of them has to be my current position. So let me go ahead and just for sake of showing it here. Gosh, my trade is actually running in, this is going to sound like such a first world problem. It's in so much profit that I have to scroll it out and put it on the 4-hour chart just to see my entry. That is such a humble flex. Not even humble at all. I wish all my trades were that good. I'm not trying to brag. It's just, we do have a really good one running on that Euro NZD. And we're going to see if it comes to a crashing halt here today on the actual release. Let me know. We got gold in the chat. Yeah, we're going to definitely put gold up here in the chat. Here's your 15-minute chart of gold. We're going to put gold in the bottom left hand of the screen. By the way, guys, you saw the little icon pop up. Smash that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the stream. It really helps just to support. What else you guys want to put on there? Pound dollar? Yeah, let's do pound dollar. GBP USD. So the pound USD 15-minute chart. Let's do, let's see the next one. I'm just looking at the first one I see. Let me scroll over here. Gold, we already have that one. Everybody wants gold. Okay, gold's going to be on there. Let's do the S&P. Going on with the S&P 500. And once the stream actually, once we jump into the news, which we are about to see the news. Oh, there it is. Pound dollar down, gold down, S&P starting down. And by the way, comment the numbers when you have them. If you have them in the chat, share them with the audience here. Look at that initial spikes to the downside there on the S&P coming down hard here. Gold also coming down pretty strongly today. Wow, look at that. Pound dollar falling through the floor. Big break to the downside there. And look at this, you guys. This is crazy. Actually, that conversation we just had with gold is more relevant than I even thought. So we'll zoom in and we'll take a look at some of these charts in just a second. A beat on jobs numbers, it seems. Definitely a little bit of a fear factor coming into the stock market, as that could give the Fed more room to raise rates. So yeah, very interesting. Let's take a look. We'll narrow in on some of the individual charts. Euro NZD, my trade does look like it may get retested here. We'll see if it ends up getting stopped out. Let's take a look at the dollar real quick. So DXY. Dollar shooting up on that news. So something coming out good for the dollar, not good for a lot of other things. Let's keep going. Euro USD. Euro USD coming down real hard. If you are currently long on the euro or looking to get long on the euro, I will say this, you do have support potentially coming into play here in just a moment. Here's your 4-hour chart view, and you have support looking left. So might be some opportunities. And again, this is what we were talking about with the actual event. Sometimes it can create some excellent opportunities. Thank you, Brownfish, for the numbers that came out. Appreciate that. Yes, we had a big beat for jobs in the US. That's what just happened. And that unexpected number, of course, caused some serious volatility here for a lot of the dollar crosses. Here's your view on gold, guys. For those of you who are watching that, look at that, how gold has already just came back into it, tapped into this support zone. And even if it falls through this level, it's amazing how levels get just tapped perfectly. I mean, this is the cool thing about technicals. You know, sometimes people say there's no essence to technicals or charting. And look at this. We just marked up this zone, came right down to that point, to the T. And even if it doesn't react to that level big time, you can see it at least stopped there. It shot right down to that point, stopped, and has been thinking about it still. That's crazy. So anyways, yeah, gold looking interesting. You might get a pullback play here for the gold buyers. This might be the second chance that many traders who, were patient enough to not wait for FOMO or to wait on their FOMO feelings, might get an opportunity here. So coming down close to that 38.2% retracement on the gold chart. For those of you watching that, that's a big spike to the downside there. You have in that hourly candle a move of 1,500 pips. Very, very, very intense. US 30. Yep, US 30. Look at that big drop real quick. And, this is the scary thing about being in the bear market that we're in. You get these big rallies, and then they just as soon as they started can result in big flops the other direction. Now, of course, we'll have to watch to see if that, in fact, does end up following through. Guys, we have 30 minutes left on this candle. And, that gives us plenty of time to see what this candle actually ends up doing. So really big spike to the downside there this morning. On the indices, on the dollar crosses, here's pound USD. Look at that, pound dollar clean break. And this is, again, what I was talking about with the day traders. Clean break underneath there. Looks like it wants to go zone to zone. May retest that 1.2120 off of the news today. And again, like I said, these are the sort of days where if you're trading the aftermath, which is what I tend to do, then you get these opportunities where the market pulls back for you and you could potentially get some entries. Now, speaking of pulling back, it might be an intense pullback on my trade here. Let's see. Yep. So Euro NZD, as long as this resistance holds, I'll still be in the trade. So waiting for a huge pop candle. If you're looking to trade the other direction here today, like I said, might be some. Oh, here's NZD USD. Is this one giving us anything? It's one I'd like to be long on, but not quite today. That's a deeper retracement I would need. Pound USD though, coming very close. Let's go look at the edge finder, see if there's anything here. In terms of scoring, a lot of those NZD crosses, like I said, NZD USD is one I wanted. US 30, I want to take a second look at US 30. And let me refresh this page. So here's a look at the numbers, by the way, you guys. What we in fact had here is actually Canada came out with better than expected unemployment rate. Jobs created are a little bit of a miss, but not by much. In terms of NFP for the US, unemployment came out as expected. Jobs, however, came out much better than expected. 263,000 jobs created compared to the expected 200,000 jobs. That's, of course, going to be very positive for the dollar. So there you go. That's the latest news there in terms of what just happened. So yes, very, very interesting. Now looking at the edge finder, let's flip this around, see what's going on with the, actually, you know what? We'll do this. Let's just sort. I've been doing this recently. It's a lot easier. Take out the neutrals and just leave everything else. So if you have the edge finder already, this is such a helpful feature that we just added. It's just a drop-down menu. Click this. When next time you're on the edge finder, try this out. I know a lot of you guys also like the score chart summary page. It's my favorite page because I get a look at everything really quick. I cannot tell you how long I wanted to have something that would generate a watch list for me. You know, because like back before we had the edge finder, seems like ancient times now, even though it was only like 6 months ago. This thing is still relatively new. Before we had that, I would go through probably a 20 to 30 minute process just to build a watch list. Think about this for a second. And I know I am totally bragging, but it's also because a lot of people also share the same benefit who do also have the tool. Man, think about this. If 30 minutes a day is saved because I have this, that saves me so much time in the course of a year. And I have been trading for 6 years. I plan on trading for as long as I possibly can. I love the craft. So if I magnify 30 minutes times every day that I trade, because I don't have to do all that process and setup and scanning for these things because software does it for me, that is like such a cool thought for me. Anyways, I mean, like having a watch list is so key for me. So anyways, this is my current watch list. NZD pairs a lot on the top and a lot on the bottom, on the sell side and on the buy side, pretty much favoring the New Zealand dollar. NAS 100 poking into buy territory today. Gold popping into, wait a second. Wait just a second. Gold is in a buy category? Wait, gold has not been in a buy category in months. That's cool. Wait, let's take a look at this real quick. So December, the month of December, it's seeing the seasonality. That was the crossover point. So seasonality plus +1 in this category due to historical bias during the month of December being up for gold. And we get bias to the upside on gold. This gives me a lot more interest in looking at gold now. Gold at that 38.2 now looks actually like a potential buy. Very interesting. Yeah, so in fact, I actually think I might pick up some gold on the long side if we can get the retest that I'm looking for. And so far, we're close. Here's your 15-minute chart. Came down hard on the actual release. So did pound dollar. Wow. How long did it take you to be profitable? About 2.5 years before I really got break even, slightly profitable. And then consistently profitable about 3 years in. And that was not 3 years of like, I'll do 30 minutes a day. It was 3 years of like several hours back testing a day. This stuff is not easy, man. Nothing about this stuff is easy. It is hard work. It's hard even after doing it for years. And being consistently profitable doesn't mean I just print money every single day. It just means over time, I tend to make more than I lose. And I have to sit through the middle parts, right? We're still in that Euro NZD trade. That's good news. We survived NFP. We survived NFP with this trade. That's actually awesome. And this is why, I mean, as a swing trader, I don't mind holding through news because my position size is not big relative to the account. So I don't mind holding through a news event to potentially catch that next move. Do you still backtest now? Yes, I do. I do backtest. In fact, I do a live stream every once in a while with Forex Tester. It's my favorite backtesting software. I do a live stream with them, and we backtest concepts. You know, I think it's important to stay fresh, even if you get to a point of being profitable. It's nice to continue to backtest and always be refining and learning things. I think like when it comes to trading, the cool thing I love about trading is that it's never like a puzzle that's just solved. You know, anybody who thinks that they've figured out trading has more to learn. That is the thing, right? Trading always, there's more to learn all the time. And I love that about trading. Let's take a look at what about dollar Swiss today? Dollar Swiss popping here on the news, retesting actually resistance. This is a bit of an interesting one here today. Is that 38.2% retracement? Let's see. It is 38.2 getting retested for dollar Swiss. Watch how this candle closes off the hourly. This will be interesting to see. Have you ever gotten into options trading or only stuck with Forex? I have never really gotten into options, although I've traded stocks for actually longer than I've traded Forex. I've traded right now. I currently trade. I don't trade individual stocks too often, but I trade indices. I trade commodities like gold, and I trade currencies. Those are the things that I trade. I trade a wide range of assets. Like even in currencies, I trade many different currency pairs. I know that a lot of people say, you know, you should only stick to one, but just like when it comes to mantras like that, it's all subjective. It depends on you, right? I like trading many different assets and, you know, waiting for the right assets to be moving the way I like them to be moving. Not everything is moving in a trend all the time. So I like to trade things that are trending well, that have a good confirmation in terms of fundamentals and technicals at the same time, etc. Guys, real quick, let me remind you, we do have a Discord for free for those of you who are tuning into the stream now. Make sure to join the Discord. We'll drop the link in the chat, and you guys can actually get access to this Discord for free. We'll drop the link there, and then you can get in on that. We have a free Discord where you get some daily free tips, some trading ideas sent to you. We have Frank, who does a lot of our write-ups on like latest trading setups and things like that. So don't miss that. If you're not already in the free Discord, make sure to join it, and you can click this link. That link right there. Click that. It'll take you where you can sign up for the free Discord. There you go. There's the proper one. Thanks, James. I didn't know if you were in or out of the room. Let's see. Are we still in Euro NZD? We're getting challenged on Euro NZD. Still floating profit. Can I ask you guys a question really quick? Can we do a poll? James, let's do a poll. You want to do a poll? Let's do a poll. I have a interesting poll. With everything going on with Elon Musk, I want to know you guys' opinion on something. And James, I can do it on my end this time, but I want to ask you guys a question. We're going to do this. Do you use... Okay, I'm going to write out the question, and I want you guys to answer this. Twitter. A is yes. B is no. I'm going to drop something in here. Let's do a poll together. Do you use Actually, James, maybe you could do the, you know what? Never mind. I'll just do it this time. We'll talk about it. Do you use Twitter? A equals yes. B equals no. Don't put it in the chat. 1 second. Click this link. All right, just like this. Okay. Click this link and cast your vote. I'm going to show you guys the results on the screen. Give me 1 second and I'll pull up the results. We have them. We built a thing where you can actually see the results together. Give me 1 second. I'm curious. I want to see if you guys use Twitter. I want to know how much of the trading community is like a Twitter user versus not a Twitter user. Okay. Where's that link? I sent it to James a second ago. Oh, I put it in the group Discord. Give me 1 second. Cast your vote, not in the chat. Click the link. Click the link. James, could you spam that link back and forth a couple times? I'm trying to pull up the dashboard so we can cast your vote on the link, and then we'll be able to pull it up and show you guys the results. Okay, I'm going to pull up this community link, community poll. Here we go. Okay, we got votes coming in. Thank you guys. Cool. All right, so cast your vote. It took me a minute, but I got it on. Remember, yes is A, B is no. Cast your vote and let me know, does the trading community use Twitter? Yeah, thank you. There we go. Click that link to vote. So 15 of you guys so far. Let me refresh. Yep, there we go. 22 to 12. So you guys do use, actually, see, this is what I was thinking. The reason I asked that question is because, you know, with Elon Musk, like recently, like taking over Twitter and stuff like that, I wonder if the community of traders is going to go more to Twitter or if it's going to go somewhere else. I know a big place, of course, is like Discord. People love their Discord channels. Obviously, we have our own Discord channel. But Twitter seems like a really popular place. I'm new to Twitter in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, if you click the link and cast your vote, you'll be able to see it. You know, I'm very quickly realizing, James, what we need to do. You know what? I could probably do this on the fly. You know what? We're just going to do it. Can I do insert pie chart so we can see percentages? Yeah, we can. Look at that. Who knew I was a genius? I'm being sarcastic because I'm very new to like building dashboards like this stuff, but it is so cool. And the reason I wanted to try this out today is because we're building, like, we want to do more like community polls and like stats from you guys to see what everybody thinks on stuff. So this is a super simple version, but let's refresh the data and see. Twitter users, yes or no? 62% of you guys are saying yes, and 37% of you guys are doing no. Carla says, let's do a poll on how handsome you are. My score is 10 out of 10. Thank you. That would be the only option if I did make a poll. The answers would be yes and yes. Elon is my father. What is happening? All right. Can we play Kahoot? It's a very fun way to learn price action. Joseph, we'll probably bring stuff like that back. We wanted to try something out here with the polls. We'll do more of this in the future. But it was just a test run today. We're building this little dashboard. Anyways, let's move back to some trade ideas, see if there's anything else we could talk about, and follow up on some of this volatility. Thank you, guys. Let's get a final running tally on the votes. We had 42 people said yes, they do use Twitter, and 22. That's actually surprisingly less than I thought. I thought the trading community would be more like 75, 20, or like 90, 10. I thought more people are using Twitter, but I guess not. Maybe our next one will be, do you like Elon Musk? And in that case, it'll be like, actually, I don't know. That might be like 50-50. Some people love him. Some people hate him. Still in the Euro NZD trade. That's good news. And it seems like we might be getting a bit of reversal. US 30 trying to stab higher. Pound USD. What about gold? Did we get that pullback? We are there. We are there, you guys. So I have gold long already. Question is, do I want to add to it? Look at this. My VOO trade, that S&P 500 trade, went from like $1,700 in profit down to 900 just like that. At least it's still in profit, but my goodness, that was quick. Okay, gold, we are floating. Still in our trade, 167. So gold on a pullback here this morning. I might have to pick that up or add to my position rather, because I already have a position long on gold, but this might be an opportunity to pick it up long again. Elon is my grandmom. Exquisite. He's overrated. You know, like I kind of like Elon Musk, but my opinion is I agree. I think he's overrated. Like I like him. I think he's a businessman. You know, I generally don't hate everything that he's done with Twitter so far. Some things are, you know, I guess questionable, but man, I will say this. After running my business we have about 10 people that make everything possible. I don't understand how that man operates. 10 people keep me like this is my life, you know, and I love this stuff. I love streaming and trading and, you know, building the software tools and running the socials. It's my dream job. Don't get me wrong, but it is life absorbing to do this stuff. And so I can't imagine Elon Musk. It's very easy to, from the sidelines, criticize the man, but oh my gosh, my thoughts are just genuinely impressed with his ability to do that. And also a little bit terrified of him. Nick is my father. I didn't know I was a dad. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't sign up for this. What's your entry price on gold? Well, it's a little bit tricky because I don't trade it on CFDs. I trade it on the stock market. I bought GLD. My entry price at 159.92. So, yeah. The problem is I can only trade this once the stock market opens. So I have to wait another 30, 45 minutes before I can get in. So if I miss it, I miss it. Let's keep going. Euro USD. Look at that. So for the Euro bulls, pulling back to support. Let me see. Is there anything else? So gold is one I want long. Is there anything else that I wanted long that I could pick up today? Did NZD CHF come down? Nope, not quite. Would have liked this one a pullback. Euro NZD already short on that. Oil, gold, Aussie CAD, dollar CAD, NZD JPY. Let's go look at that. The NZD pairs have just caught my eye recently. That's just where I'm at. Not this one though. That one is not super interesting to me. NZD CAD looks really good. Not quite pulled back to a level I can enter. Liking your channel more and more. Why? Because I talked about Elon Musk. Is that the secret to YouTube success? I just need to talk about Elon Musk. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate if you can you guys do another solid favor for me and let me know how long have you watched my channel? There's a lot of you guys like Happy Day. I can pick you out of the crowd. I know you've been watching my channel for a while because I've seen your name over and over. Dariana, I also know you've been watching the channel for a while. And I appreciate you guys, like the people who tune in regularly, man, so cool. Thank you for the support. And I hope that it's helping. I hope that, you know, I hope that my commentary and my ups and downs offer something to you. 5 minutes. Welcome. 10 months, 3 months, 30 minutes. Perfect. That's awesome. Just started. What's up, C White? Thank you for being here. 2 years, 2 months since 2020. Cool. Okay, looks like, hey, you know what? This Euro NZD trade might not be over. I was thinking we might see this thing come to a close today on a Friday, but if it doesn't want to close, I mean, look at that. That's a nasty candle, though. Still in the trade. Still in the trade. Let's see. Stops locked in are at 258. 258 pips. Worst case scenario, that's nice. I keep coming back to US 30 because I do want to be long on it, or actually pick up more of it. What's up, Alexander? Thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. I'm a funded trader with a large account, and I can vouch for the Edge Finder. It's fantastic for fundamentals. Keep up the high standard. Alexander, why are you just making me feel good today? I appreciate that, man. I really do. And congrats on you becoming a funded trader. That is a huge accomplishment. And can we get a thanks, Alexander, in the chat for supporting the stream? And also, congrats, man. I mean, really, getting funded is not easy. And, anybody who does it, huge respect. Thanks, Solomon. Appreciate you. And thank you again, Alexander, for the donation. Remember, guys, if you do want access to the Edge Finder, it is truly, genuinely a game changer. We've had so much positive feedback from the community of people using it. I don't ever want it to come across like we're trying to sell a money machine or, the Holy Grail or anything like that. It's more than anything. It is a convenience machine. It is a simplification machine of trading stuff that we look at. I pretty much only ever come here. This is everything I need to do to find trade setups nowadays. I like to personally come here and exclude the neutral off the watch list and just stick to this. You know what? We have so many polls that we could do. I need to know if we should change the name here from score chart summary to watch list. That's been something I'm teasing the idea of doing that. It's a little thing, but again, Greg got his first payout. Shout out to Greg, man. That's awesome. How much for the package? So if you click the link in the description, we ran a Black Friday sale, and the Black Friday sale technically has ended, but the codes have not changed. So if anybody wants access to the tool, if you want access to the Edge Finder or our Discord channel, technically our Black Friday sale has not been ended. It's supposed to be. I just have to go change the codes back from the discounts. So don't miss the code. If you want access to it, get it today. It is genuinely about to be your last chance to get it for that Black Friday sale price. And that won't be available again until next year. So get it today if you want access. The link is in the description. Get access to the Edge Finder, join the VIP, whatever you want to do. Use those promo codes and get in on that if that's something you want to do. Again, our Black Friday sale was supposed to end by now. I just haven't yet to change the codes. I'll leave it open to the end of the day for anybody watching. You can use code A1YT. You can use code YT Live, depending on where you are. Just click the link in the chat. There you go. Thank you, James. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, it's Blacker Friday, right? It's still Black Friday sales going on, just a little bit longer than expected. Yeah, so here we go. Let's see. I want to take a look at a couple of things for ooh, man, gold is still, if it comes down, if it stays down in this area, I'm still interested. Here's your 4-hour chart. It looks really clean there. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it long. What's the name of a regulated broker for us outside the US? Hey, good question, and I'll leave that today. So these streams are sponsored by 8cap. You can see them in the top right hand of the screen. 8cap is my preferred outside of the US broker for people who are looking for a new broker. It's linked down below in the description. It allows you to actually trade directly on TradingView, like I'm doing here. Like you can trade directly in here. You can place your trades. They have so many assets. You can trade stocks, indices, cryptos, whatever you want to do. 8cap is the one. It is my favorite broker outside of the US. That's the one I'd be using if I wasn't in the US. So click that link in the description. It will also help to support the stream. It is an affiliate link, and it is super supportive to us. If you do choose to sign up, click that link. It would really help us out. You don't have to, but if you want to support the stream, that's how you can do it. If you want to join VIP, click the links in the description and join us. Just sign up and we'll see you inside. What's the code again? Alvin, all the information is in the description. Just open up the description, whether you're on your phone or on your computer, and just follow the instructions there. It will, there's a link and promo code there available for you in the description. So there you go. You have a subscription with TradingView? Yes, I do. All right, guys, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap up the stream here. And we're gonna have our guest join us here, which is awesome. We have another guest taking over the stream for a little bit. He's going to go through some technical setups and ideas. He's actually a South African trader, which is awesome. We have people from literally all over the world now, and of course needed a South African representative to come on the streams more often. So I'm excited he's here. We'll say what's up to Kenzo here. Do we have a Kenzo pre-roll? Yes, no, we don't. What's up, Kenzo? How are you?
Hello, how are you, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. How was that NFP event for you?
No, it was great. Actually, the market was actually playing around our resistance.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was actually good because the news was actually very positive, but actually bad for Nasdaq. So that's why we saw, actually I trade Nasdaq, so that's why we saw Nasdaq going down. Also gold, I was also watching gold there, it was going down. So yeah, but we smashed actually Nasdaq only. So that's great.
Very nice. Yeah, it was a crazy volatility. I mean, the Nasdaq came down hard, gold came down. A lot of the dollar crosses also came down. Very, very big volatility here today, and probably plenty of opportunities to think about or talk about going into the end of the day and into next week. So if you'd like, you could share your screen here, and I can hand over the stream to you. You can take over for a little bit, yeah, just that share button at the bottom. We can get that shown, and then hand over the stream to you for a little bit.
Okay. I hope maybe you can see my screen.
I cannot see it yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Nice.
So I think I'll have to minimize this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to in my double screen. So anyways, yeah, it's gonna take like a few seconds.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so before I go, let me also say this. Before I hand off the stream, Kenzo has his own YouTube channel. If you guys already know, or if you haven't already found Kenzo on YouTube, we just dropped his link in the chat. Click this link, go follow him, go find him on his socials. Like I said, very technical trader. He's got lots of stuff to add that might be very helpful to you. And seems like some of you guys, MK in the chat already says Kenzo's a good analysis or does good analysis as well. So check him out there. And Kenzo, I'll leave you to take over the stream for a little bit.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much.
All right.
So yeah, I hope everyone is doing great. Let me see if maybe. I need to share my screen. Yeah, sorry guys about that. So now I hope maybe you can see my screen. Yes, now you can see the screen. Actually, I was very happy about the drop because of NFP. So before maybe we continue and do any other thing, I think just because anything that it's against the dollar, it's now like seriously selling off. We need to check this news, what's actually happening on this news, because I think maybe that will help us to understand what's actually happening. So I will just do this. On the chart, you will see. So on the screen, you will see that actually today is Friday. So obviously our time zone is going to be different, right? So what's really happening here is you can see that everything is positive, which means the dollar is actually getting stronger as the employment rate is going up, which means it's good actually, very good actually for the market, because that means that they're not going to increase the interest rates that much, especially I think it's this month. Obviously they're going to increase the rates. Maybe they might increase those rates with maybe 50 basis points, which means that will be good. actually for inflation. And maybe once they do that, maybe even the Nasdaqs and the USDTs, they will start to gain that momentum. So yeah, let's start with our actually usual analysis. Um, as you know, we have to start with 4 hours time frame. Uh, SB Litsulo, how are you, my brother? I can see there's people here actually who knows me. That's great. So what's really happening here is, firstly, what I do actually, this is the best approach that I use actually to approach the market. Firstly, use a bit bigger time frame to check the trend. As you know, I follow the trend. So my time frame is actually a 4 hour time frame, right? So I'm just going to go on a 4 hour time frame, make sure this the screen feeds here very nice, or the chart fits here very nice. You can see from a bigger time frame, we will see very well that the market is doing what? The market is actually pushing lower. You can easily see that the market is actually going lower, right? So this helps us to understand that actually it means most of the time, or actually the momentum, this bearish momentum is still seriously pushing lower, you see. So now we have any idea of whatever the market is trying to do. The market every time touches this area, the resistant area, it pushes down. So now our job is to identify those areas where we can do what? Where we can keep selling. So then is where you can say, okay, maybe now it's my time to do what? To change the time frame. You can change to any time frame, it's fine, as long as that is going to be visible to your like type of analysis. But I like 2 hours or 1 hour. So what we see here is, remember, this was our resistance, right? So we have this resistance, and it seems like the market actually very, very close actually touched that area. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to go closer there just for you to understand what I see here before we can say maybe we see a sell or something. So what I see is the market actually pushed very closer to that resistance. And since the market was here, remember, we had this pushing up. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday when Jerome Powell he was talking about the interest rate. They said they're not going to increase that much. So, which means the market was happy for that, so that they're not going to increase the interest rate. So, but when we check, when we check on our left hand side, we had a structure, and this structure actually showed us something that, okay, the market might respect that. And indeed, the market did respect that. And there is a chance that maybe the market might not even touch the outer resistance, and it might start to do what? It might start to push to the lower side. I don't know, maybe my people in the group they did smash this one, but I sent this actually yesterday, but the market was just consolidating. I hope maybe you did actually get that, because that was a very fruitful trade. So for now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to look for sell positions. But where can we get those sell positions? We have options. We have this area. We can say this is a resistance. If the market will push up again, yes, we can have another sell. Or if the market comes around this support area and breaks that area, it means I'm just going to do what? I'm just going to take that as a sell if the market will try to break that. You see, if the market breaks this area, I will be trying to look for sell. Or maybe the market will have to go back again and say, yes, maybe we can take a sell there. Another thing is, when we trade, we actually have to have options. So what if maybe the market breaks this resistant area first? So on that, we're gonna relax, because we also have another resistance on top. So it's like it's two resistance. It's possible to have two resistance on top. So we going to wait for it to break. If it breaks the second one, it's where we can say We can wait for a retest or for any candlestick to close, or let's say you can use your own your entry strategy. From there, you can say, okay, since we no longer respecting that downtrend, now we can have something like this. But what I know is the best or mostly the secret in the market, to me, I think, is waiting. If you have time to wait, if you can wait, sometimes the market has to just go without even doing anything. If you can do that, to me, I think that's much better. So let's check US30. You can also tell me tell me which pairs should I check. Let me see US30. So now we are on US30 Dow Jones. So what's really happening on US30? As you know that US30 most of the time it's correlating with Nasdaq and also S&P. So mostly when you see Nasdaq going down, we all know that most of the time we might get a US30 going down. So firstly, let's check this on 4 hours just to make sure that we understand whatever that's happening. So before even pushing further, I think you can easily see that the market already, we have an area where the market is respecting. You see that? The market is respecting, even if the market did not come there, but you can see that around that zone, it's where the market respects. So it means around that area, we know that we're supposed to do what? To wait for the market to respect that, to continue to sell, or maybe the market will do what? Will break that area. You see, but since this is a downtrend, it's not like maybe we're going to wait for the market to reach this area for us to do what? To sell. Nope, we just going to roll with it. When it goes down, we just going to go down with it. Like now, what we're going to do is we need to go closer there as we now identified the trend and say, you know what? Since the market actually it's respecting this, you can see that the market respected that area. I sent that signal yesterday in the group, so we smashed that. It's fine. So now we have to have an idea of what will happen here. So where can we sell? Because that is the most question that people want actually. We might identify the trends and whatever, but we should know where we can take trades. Currently, we have this area, which we can call a resistance. Now, on the bottom here, the market created something. You can see I marked that area, which means that area is sort of our support. Even though we are on a downtrend, we're expecting the market to go down, by the way. So it means I'm expecting the market, for me to sell, I will wait for the market to break this area before I can say I need to do anything. Do you see that? So, which means with your trading entry strategies, you can come here below that support. I'm just showing you how I'm going to do things. You see, and also you can't take trades on 4 hours time frame, by the way. So yes, I'm gonna check gold, guys. Don't worry, I'm gonna check gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the market to break this support area before I take that sell, because there's a chance that the market can reach this area and bounce back again. So now, but remember, we are still on a downtrend. So which means we're actually going to look for sell positions, which means we have to wait for a breakout. So let's push actually to gold. I can see there is enough people who are trading gold here. There is enough people. I wanted to go, I'll then go to US oil then. Yeah, so on gold, actually, we have something like this. It's a 4 hours time frame. It shows us that, you know what, we are actually on an uptrend. Maybe I can just remove all, or let me just remove everything for you just to understand what's really happening or how I see these things. So gold, 4 hours time frame. Firstly, the market was pushing up very nice. You can see before we have this type of a move, you can see that the market was creating sort of the structures. You see that? Sort of the structures and pushing up. You see? the market was creating this resistant, support, support, and resistant. So what do we get here is we have this. I think this should be like, you should have like serious experience trading gold, or maybe the markets, because the market firstly created this aggressive, you see, I call it aggressive trend, or very steep. You can see, let me draw that. I draw double lines because there is actually a zone. So firstly, the market creates sort of a steep uptrend, or let's just say a trend. Mostly when the market creates something like this, just know that one way or another, the market will actually going to break that. The market won't continue with that type of a trend. You see, the market will one way or another, the market is going to crash, or maybe try to adjust that trend. So this is what we see, because you can see the market was moving very like straightforward, like seriously up. So we saw a breakout here. Then from there, if you know, you will see that no, the trend here was like very steep. It was just moving like this. So that is not actually normal. The market might correct that. And when the market corrects that, mostly if you have a support area like that, it's going to break that. If you don't know, you might say, oh, maybe the market is now going to the downside, or maybe the market is changing the trend. Actually, the market is changing, or it's adjusting that trend, because it can't keep up with that trend. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the current structures, and you will see that they actually make sense. You see, now we have something like that. So at the end of the day, actually, let me make sure this thing small. So at the end of the day, this is going to make something like this. You see, so now we're going to have a support area like that. So that push here, just know that every time when you see a push like that, just know that most of the time the market won't keep up with that. One way or another, the market is going to break that trend, but still continue with that. So don't get confused and say, oh, I was selling, now the market is buying. No, because the market won't keep up with that type of a move. So currently, if we go closer there, I think we can just maybe use 1 hour or 2 hours is fine. Uh, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read your comments, guys. Let me just complete this. I'm going to check which pair I'm supposed to check. So what we have here is we have that will help us to buy or to sell. Remember, this is an uptrend. So let me just make sure it fits. Yep, I think this way it's fine. Yeah. So we have to identify areas where we know that, okay, the market it's going to respect that, and we're going to do what? We're going to buy around that area. So we had something like that. Then the market pushed up again. We also have a resistance there. So the question is, where can we sell? Because we see that the market maybe it's pushing lower or something like that. I can't advise anyone to sell currently, because the market is it's going closer to our support, which means there is a chance for the market to do what? To push up. The reason behind that is it's not only NFP. Remember, we also have FOMC. They just going to maybe go with 50 basis points, which they know is not really aggressive, you see, which is not really going to be aggressive. And that it will start to push the market to the upside. Today, it might seem like it's bad, but actually it's good for the market. It's good for the market because uh, yeah, actually it's good for the market because one way or another, once the dollar is once the market is pushing lower, one way or another, the market will then push to the upside. So I hope maybe you understand, guys. So let me check if maybe there are some few comments. GBP, USD, GBP, okay. Gold is still bullish. There is no shooting opportunity as I don't think there is a shooting opportunity. Yes, the market just sold for now, but we are still actually bullish. I think the market can still continue with that bullish move. So I have made an edge right now with okay, that's great. So let me check US oil. Maybe there's people who trade US oil or GBP, GBP USD, GBP USD, GBP USD, okay, and GBP JPY. Okay, let me check GBP USD, GBP USD, GBP USD. It was also selling, by the way. Yeah, so what's really happening on GBP USD? So we just have to actually, let's delete this and start afresh actually. 4 hours time frame, just to get a nice trend. I think that is quite obvious. The trend is actually pushing to the upside. Do you see that? I think you can see that the market is doing something like this. Do you see that? So if we draw our support area there, or our support line, is going to show us actually that it's pushing to the upside. So what we can do now is, let's try to connect our support line. Obviously it won't be perfect, but we just have to get something that is going to actually show us what's really happening, right? So I will just connect with this lowest area here and say, okay, because I don't actually use my support area just for entries only. It also helped us to see where the trend is still pushing up. So along the way, I think maybe you can see that GBPUSD actually still on a very nice bullish move. But inside this move, we have structures. We have structures that we can try to identify, and maybe they can help us to know where we can sell, where we can buy, right? So I'm not going to talk about maybe this part. Let's just look at this part because that is actually the current area. So let's use 2 hours time frame. Oh, okay. To, let's say, 2 hours time frame. So let's go straight to the market. Actually, let's go to this structure because now I think the visibility is very nice. So I'm going to identify my support and resistance. Why? Because they're going to help me to know that, okay, the market created a resistance there. Then after the market breaks, it came back and respected that. Even now, the market came back and respected that. So it means these areas, it's those areas that the market respects. Around this area, we also see something like that. Do you see that? You're supposed to identify those areas. So around this area also, I see something. So we have to identify those areas. We have to identify those areas. So let me do that. I'm going to point out this area. Do you see that? Back here, you can also do the same thing. I also see some areas which they just going to help you to keep buying, because just because we have support or resistance, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to sell. Why? Because the market is aggressively pushing to the upside. You sell here, then 90% is going to go against you. So it means wait. You should have that patience to wait for the market to go down. Then you take your buy, and you should know where the market actually is going to respect that. Go down, you buy, it breaks, you can keep buying, and it just moved like that, you see. So currently, I think maybe we missed this one. I think we just actually missed this because we can see where the market reached, and it seems like the market is now bouncing back from that area. This area was actually our resistance. Do you see that? This is our resistance area. The market just pushed lower. Now it's about to do what? To push the upside. And you can keep doing that for quite some time. You can say, okay, if it's like that, or if I missed that, I can actually throw my resistant area, because it shows me that that is an area actually that it's an area that actually seems to be respecting. You can see the market seems to be respecting that area. So what the market can do here is, there is a chance for the market to do what? To consolidate here, before maybe breaking this point. And if it breaks, you can jump on that because we are on a buy. We are on an uptrend, which we're supposed to look for buy positions. Here it's where you're supposed to look for buy positions and above this resistance. If the market breaks, we're going to look for those buy positions. So this consolidation moves that I'm trying to show you here is, don't just expect the market to move like that. The market, you buy, sometimes you get out, the market comes back again, you keep buying. When it breaks above that area, you keep buying. When it comes back, because you understand that the trend moves like that. The trend just doesn't just move like this. The trend consolidate, push up, consolidate, push up, consolidate, push up. And when we draw the lines, things start to make sense. I hope you understand it. So I don't know, what can I check? Let me check what let me see what I can check here. GBP, JPY, I think maybe they're going to move quite the same. GBP, JPY. So here, actually, we just missed a very very nice bullish move, which we're just going to hit and run from around that area. Then the market can still come back. So let me check GBP, JPY. Yeah, you can tell me which pairs maybe that you want me to check, guys. You can tell me which pairs do you want me to check. While you still may be checking, let me see. It's GBP. I saw GBP something. What can I say? Yes, Moses. I'm just saying that it's better to wait for the market to break before you jump onto the market, and that actually helps you to wait. If you're waiting for the structure, it means now you're learning to wait for the market. Uncle Malolek, how are you, man? Uncle Malome. Oh, Eta, how are you, man? So let's see, guys. Any pair that you want me to check? Any pair that you want me to check? I did check gold, GBP, JPY. GBP, JPY. I don't think maybe I have that. So I will have to check that. So for now, let me check maybe US oil. I will be also going to GBP, JPY. So what's really happening on US oil? I just want to check US oil before I go on GBP, JPY. There's people who actually trade US oil also. So I think it was moving very nice actually. Before you can see that it was pushing lower aggressively. So sorry. It was pushing like aggressively low. You can see the market was actually going lower and lower. Then guess what? The market reached some seriously bottom line around 74. 74, then the market is trying to do what? To push the upside. So now we need to check that nicely and see if maybe we can get something. You see, we need to check that. Let's remove this, the old lines. Some of them, they end up confusing us or messing out our chart. So our chart, actually your chart should always be clean. So what do we see here? I think firstly straightforward. I already did this on a 4 time frame. So this is another thing that is confusing that I wanted to show you. So what's really happening here is we are on a very nice uptrend. The market is uptrending. You can see that the market is uptrending. So what's really happening here is, even though, let me just draw this, you can see the market is creating this ranging move, push up, or ranging move, push up, also a ranging move here. So, but what I want to explain here is not actually that. What I want to explain here is it's not actually strictly on US oil. It's also, you can also find this on other markets. So what's really happening is sometimes you have this nice uptrend. It's pushing up on a very nice uptrend, right? And we also have a support, a horizontal support. Now you have two of them. So which one do you choose and say this one is very strong or this is not actually strong? I think sometimes it's reasonable to use both of them, but you should have rules around them. Like now, most of the time we say after the market breaks this support area, it means that the market wants to do what? To change the trend, which means if this was an uptrend, it means the market might be trying to do what? To push lower. So it means we were going to do what? To keep selling. But when we check that, when we update whatever that we do, you will start to understand that, you know what? It's not only that, because we also have horizontal support, but we look on the very closer or the nearest support that we have something here. You see that? So it means we're going to consider this diagonal support and also this two and also this horizontal. So if the market breaks the first one, this diagonal one, we don't conclude and say now it's a sell. No, we don't conclude like that. It means we're going to wait for the market to do what? As the market already showed us that, or already created that, to show us that it's breaking out of this horizontal support. If it breaks out, we can say, okay, now we no longer have anything currently. So which means, yes, we can sell. I can see there is some weeks there which maybe might fool other people. So what we see is it's exactly happening that this support now, it seems like it's still very strong. It's pushing the market to the upside. So it doesn't mean that if maybe you drawn your lines like that were wrong. No, they were not wrong. It's just that sometimes the market will try to adjust and sometimes try to fool us. So what you can do if you've seen that, because sometimes you can't see them before they happen, so it means you can adjust now your support area. It means if you knew about this, you were just going to smash this one. You were going to have a buy pending order, and when the market start to push, then you were just going to eat. But on top there, I also see an area. So there is an area there where the market can do what? Can come and respect. You can use that as your TP1 or something like that. So there's a chance again also for the market to break that. But for now, that is an area where the market can respect. You see, so you still remember when I said the market moves, consolidate, moves, consolidate, moves, consolidate. I talked about this. I think it was on GBP USD. Even here, the market was doing the same thing. Do you see that? The market pushed up. Here, it's a consolidation. Push up. It's a consolidation. Push up. Here, it's a consolidation. If you start to point out stuff like that, you see this? Or let me draw with a proper support or resistance. I hope you're still here with me, guys. So if you understand this type of structures, it's going to be easier for you to jump on the market because you know that after this consolidation, we're going to get maybe another push. Like here, we had a nice consolidation. So you can expect another push. Do you see that? Or let me just use maybe 1 hour. Maybe it will be way too visible. Do you see that? The market creates some crazy moves, then push up, crazy moves, push up. Now here the market was selling, but this it's like another consolidation. The market can still push up. Unless if maybe the market breaks this support area, then maybe we might see a sell position. So how long can we wait for an entry on gold? It depends. Or maybe was not my question. Let's see. Morning, coach. Can you analyze Euro AUD? Okay, let me check that. Let me check that. Let me check that. Come on. Euro AUD. Let me just add that very fast because I'm not actually on currency pairs that much. I like trading Nasdaqs and US 30s. So, but let's go on Euro AUD. Euro AUD. I think this is what it's minor or exotic. I don't think it's exotic. So let's see this on 4 hours first. Let's wait for it to give us actually On a 4-hour time frame, I just want to see what's really happening from October. Yeah, I did this thing like seriously way long, like long time ago. So what I see is it's taking time to load. It's fine. So what I see is I think the market is still on a bearish move. Firstly, I'm going to let me just try to draw my resistant lines, because we need to find the trend, where the trend is going. Remember, the trend can last like seriously long. It's like seriously a long time. So don't be surprised. You can see I see something here, but it's better for me to start where we are currently and try to connect with some few lines going back. Oh, did they connect? I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. I don't know if this thing froze or something. So it's fine. I think this thing doesn't really, maybe it's froze. So I will just go closer there, as we already know that we are on a downtrend. So it means we're gonna try connect our points here. So let's see. Sorry. So let's see what's really happening. Yeah, currently we are actually on a downtrend. So, but this one should be a counter trend line, because the line on top is also actually a resistance. But this helps us to say, sorry. So what I see is I see a nice resistance. Do you see that, guys? I see where the market respects this. I don't really trade this, but we need to work it out. We can see that the market creates something where we can all call a resistance. Do you see that? I think that is quite straightforward. And even on a bigger time frame, you did see that okay, there is an area that we can say it's a resistant area. On the bottom, I see a nice horizontal support there. So what do we do with this? What do we do with this? So we have to use we have to be like extra careful, because uh, I think we not actually used to, I'm not actually used to trade this. So we have to respect each and every thing we analyze. So my job will be to doing what? Since I saw that this is a downtrend, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what? To wait for the market to reach these areas, then I can do what? I can sell. Wait for these areas, then I can sell. When I say you can sell, I'm not saying you can jump on the market and sell. I mean, you're going to apply your entry strategies and try to do whatever that you want to do there. But what I know is, yes, I can say it's clear that every time when the market reaches this area, for quite some time, we don't see any breakout for quite some time. So it means there is a high chance for the market to also respect that area. I'm not saying that the market won't break, but the market can still break that area and push the lower side. If maybe the market doesn't push higher again, if the market doesn't push here and go back, because sometimes you can wait and then the market pushes lower, what will you do? We know that we are on a downtrend. So it means we're gonna wait for the breakout. Then down there, we can take those trades going down. Simple as that. So I don't know for now what I can check for you. US30, analyze US30. I think I did analyze US30. Should already be filters. So let's see, analyze US30. I think I did already. I analyzed US30. Let me check. Let me check maybe again US30, because I think they want me to check that. So I think they want me to check that. So let's see. Okay, Nasdaq is trying to push up. Nasdaq is trying to push up. Also USDT is pushing to the upside, and on the upside here, it's actually what? our resistant area. On top there, it's actually our resistant area. So I think we did talk about this. I started with maybe USD2 or NASDAQ. So what we see here is the market is actually on a downtrend, and the market respected this area as a downtrend. Just know that I see some comments here. I'm not going to follow too much of the comments, but let me just try to just answer some of the comments. There's people, they say, oh guys, if maybe the market was following the lines, you were all going to be billionaires. Actually, it doesn't really work like that. It's not like maybe whatever that we do here is going to be 100%, you see. But mostly the market depends on other things: your patience, you have your entry strategies, your risk management, your discipline. Those things, they just going to make things quite actually good for you. Not easy, but they're just going to make things work. And if I know there's nothing which is just going to be easy for everyone, and people think they just want that to happen on net or on the market. It's not going to happen. If whatever that we draw or whatever that we do here, we just analyze. We just do this every day. So, and there even other companies, they always do this. So if people, they just come here and say, oh, this, do this, that, just understand that there is no any other industry which is just you go from step 1, step 2, step 3 up to the final step. We fail along the way, but we need to be disciplined. We have to have strategies. We need to have trading plan. We have so many tools that they can make you to be a profitable trader. So it's not like it's easy. It's not like the market will always respect that, but most of the time, the market respects that. That's why we follow that. So don't follow much of whatever the people say and stuff. So I hope maybe you will understand. So on US30, I see that the market is actually playing around this resistant area. At least the market moved away from that resistance. So our job now is to wait for the market to come up back around this resistance, whether to break out or maybe to respect it. And if it respects, it means we can take that sell, or maybe the market might start to consolidate. But we don't actually have to go back and fight the market, especially after we had like high impact news like NFP. So yeah, I think maybe for today, I think that is actually enough. I think for today, that is actually enough. Any question? The market, whenever you enter, you can throw out logic. So yeah, I think maybe for today, guys, it's enough. I think maybe for today it's enough. We can see what we can do. Nick, yeah, you can check my channel on Extra Hot Forex. I actually do like daily analysis, like almost every day, actually, Monday to Friday, and also weekly analysis. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, and thanks, Trader Nick. I hope maybe you can hear me.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.